Now let's speak about new strategic places. Since the times of traditional geopolitics, centers of resources and lines of communication were extremely important for the state's power. On the one hand, resources provided resources that could be converted into state's power and used to project this power worldwide. On the other hand, the lines of communication guaranteed that these resources would be delivered to your own country. However, as we'll know, the human history, the lines of communication as well as resources in terms of geopolitical struggle are not something permanent. They change. For example, in the medieval ages, the lines of communication as well as the resources used during wars were different. They were different in the end of the 19th, early 20th century when traditional geopolitics appeared, and they became different during the times of classical geopolitics as well. It is something normal to geopolitics. Initially, let's remind the geopolitical traditions and Halford Mackinder. The territory that possessed the largest amount of resources was Hatland. And that was the reason, by the way, why the British leadership feared the Russian expansion to Asia. Later on, this concept was added by the concept of Rhineland, developed by Nicholas Spykman. But as we know, during the times of the Cold War, all these concepts were forgotten and replaced by different concepts like containment, the domino theory, balance of power, and others. Did it mean that the logic of strategic places disappeared? Obviously not. Even in this picture, you can see how USSR and the United States continued to protect something that can be called Rhineland from each other's influence. And we can compare the diversity of strategic places valuable to both centers of power during the times of the Cold War with the previous geopolitical concepts. We don't see Heartland here or Rhineland here, but we see a lot of other places valuable for them. For example, the region of Middle East, which was the concentration of oil, the new resource valuable in the times of the Cold War. We see a lot of places in Latin America and in Southeast Asia important to both centers of power because of the concept of the dominoes theory. The Soviet Union tried to spread its influence there. The United States feared that the fall of one country would inevitably lead to the fall of the whole region. We see the importance of the places that were very close to the homelands of these two countries, to the territory of the United States, meaning Cuba, where the Soviet missiles were for a while, and territories in Western Europe, in Turkey, as well as in Japan, that were very close to the Soviet Union and helped the United States to militarily contain the Soviet Union. A lot of new places, a lot of new lines of communication, a lot of new territories where power should be concentrated in order to contain the opponent. And that led finally to the logic that combined geopolitics and realism in the times of the Cold War, the worldwide balance of power.